Standing scoring rookie Channing Frye and now Maurice Taylor. The Cavaliers' first turnover, by the way, going back to Saturday night in the last 22 minutes. Damon Jones now with Ira Newble on the floor. Newble at 6'7", out of Miami, Ohio. Shot clock at 3. Gooden's got to raise up. Channing Frye will take off a Gooden missed jumper. That shot clock got down to 2.
Not a real good possession for the Cavaliers that time. Everybody's kind of standing around. Nobody was helping one another. As Jamal Crawford gets whistled for a carrying the ball turnover. So Cavaliers will get it back.
Looking down at Larry Brown, and he kind of stomped his foot at Tommy Washington and said, "No, wait a minute now. Are we going to be that precise that we're going to start calling that particular violation tonight?" Cavaliers at the offensive end. Larry Brown has already gotten 10 New York Knicks into the fray tonight off that pick and fade for LeBron James. LeBron off the side of the glass. This is Donyell Marshall. The shot. The Cavaliers not finding the mark here with open looks. Maurice Taylor off the glide. Excellent give up to Richardson. He didn't finish. Donyell Marshall had it raked away. Richardson strong to the rim, and Newble clocked him to get Quentin Richardson to go to the free throw line.
Ooh, this is getting ugly. 5-18.
All right, we take a look at tonight's Subway Who's Hot League leaders, and if you combine points, boards, and assists since the 1st of December, LeBron James. And better than 46 per night. Again, that's combining points per game, rebounds per game, and assists per game. But Kobe went off for another 45 last night, huh? Well, no, but, you know, actually Cavaliers like it because they beat one of the Cavaliers' Central Division foes, the Indiana Pacers, last night at Staples.
Yeah, they like it. They don't have to.
They got to
go there.
Yeah.
They got to go there and face that arsenal of shots.
Yeah, well, that Thursday night. In 48 hours, you're right, as Quentin Richardson now with 5. Richardson, a 60-year man out of DePaul, as we said, the LA Clippers, the Phoenix Suns. LeBron James playing pick and roll with Drew Gooden. Gooden got a basketball back and said, "I'm going to smash this down."
Well, it was a fortunate one because it looked like the Knicks had a turnover there and it's still going the other way, and it found its way into the hands of Drew Gooden, who slammed it home.
Maurice Taylor, that jump hook didn't fall. Taylor had a huge afternoon the other day. Channing Frye got revoked around the rim by Gooden. Gooden running the floor. LeBron James found him, and Drew's going to the free throw line. Well, Larry Brown's New York Knicks, 3 of 18 from the floor. Somehow, Drew Gooden came up with a loose basketball. Cavaliers lead it by 7. Come on back with us. Hughes probably down a little bit closer to 8 weeks, maybe right around the 1st of March. And Anderson Varejão may be able to get back into the fray after that shoulder surgery in early September when the Cavaliers get out west. Ladies? Kisses right back to you from Scott Williams.
Right, Happy New Year.
Hugs and kisses and Happy New Year and all that sort of thing. Is the Q very beautified tonight, wouldn't you say, partner?
Oh, definitely. I think it's a packed house tonight. Cavaliers are struggling a little bit from the field. But what I like to think that they're doing is they're going out there and competing with this Knicks on the boards. 15 to 12 advantage to the Knicks right now, but they're getting after it. A lot of guys tipping that.
Drew Gooden's going to split the pair as that second one came off. And where the Cavaliers are, though, at a robust 31% for the floor, they look like they're just blazing away compared to the Knicks at 3 of 18 or 16%. Mo Taylor trying to do something about that. And again, Taylor's a very strong player on the low block. And now Mo Taylor in his 8th NBA season out of Michigan. And Scotty, he along with Jamal Crawford had that big 4th quarter in April that dealt the Cavaliers that devastating loss we were talking about.
Well, you know, he's capable of 30 points in his last ball game as well, so watch and make sure Mo doesn't catch the hot hand here again tonight in Cleveland.
LeBron James off the pull-up with that shot clock expiring.
2 minutes, under 2 minutes remaining.
Mo Taylor make, the Knicks get a stop, and we're inside 2 minutes left. That's Channing Frye that dropped that face-up jumper, and suddenly the Knicks, even though they're 6 of 20, from to make that 5 of 20, are back within 4.
Nice, aggressive, confident shot by that young big man for the New York Knicks that time.
Well, Channing Frye has been just superb in his rookie year. Now LeBron James, a lot of size on Quentin Richardson. LeBron will skip pass. There's Damon Jones, and that three rattled out on him. Gooden will make that extra pass on the interior that Daniel Marshall cashes in.
You got to like what Drew Gooden is doing on the boards right now. It's 8th rebound already here in this ball game, and dishing it off. And Daniel Marshall knocked one in.
Daniel Marshall, who has been terrific off the bench of the Cavaliers. Channing Frye, with all that length at 6'11" out of Arizona, starting to heat it up now with back-to-back jumpers.
Wow, are you kidding me? That's a good-looking stroke that young man has. We're going to have to find a way to make him either put the ball on the floor or keep him from catching and shooting.
Scotty, I saw him in Summer League in Vegas. I got to tell you, I didn't think that he had that nice a stroke from the perimeter. Now off the LeBron James miss, Trump, open floor, gliding to the bucket and went glass, and the Knicks are back to within 2. James in a hurry. This is Ira Newble, and that's an offensive foul on Ira Newble as Maurice Taylor took the charge.
Yeah, it's a tough one for Ira that time, trying to run down and fill that lane there. Caught the ball, but Mo Taylor giving it up, giving his body up for his teammates. Steps right in there and draws that charge. I like the way the Knicks are fighting. You know, obviously we talked about their shooting roles on the field, but hey, if you're down 2 and you're shooting so poorly, you know you're going to get hot sooner or later.
Yeah, the Knicks are on an 8-2 run. They could get a 2-for-1 here if they want to go quickly. That's what Jamal Crawford's thinking, but Daniel Marshall got a piece of it.
Yeah, good job that time by Ira Newble and Daniel Marshall down there. Knowing the Knicks might go for a 2-for-1, put a lot of ball pressure on him.
You have about a 7-second differential, game clock and shot clock. You see up at the top of your screen, LeBron James with strength, so strong, in one, turning that corner on his slash to the goal, and that terrific finish for LeBron.
Look how fast he got to the cup, but look at what I like about it. Here's a guy, 7 feet, 300 pounds coming over, laying his body on LeBron. He just bounces off LeBron as LeBron's able to have strength and determination to put that ball in the basket. That's why I love LeBron James. He doesn't just go to the hole to get fouled. He just tries to get that three-point play.
LeBron is able to finish off that three-point opportunity. James 4 of 4 from the line. He's got 10 in the opening quarter. Cavaliers now trying to get the stop to end this first quarter play. Channing Frye will shed Daniel Marshall, and another jumper goes for Frye with 3.2 left. Frye with 6 points on 3 perimeter jumpers. James to raise up. Through some glass to end this opening 12 minutes of basketball. Well, LeBron with 11 shot attempts in the first quarter. A little bit unusual for him on the high side. But he's in double figures. LeBron now with his 41st 10-point or better quarter of the season. James with a couple of N1s against the Knicks beleaguered defenders. Cavaliers by 3, second quarters. Coming at you next. On the lake with their, rather unique brand of
For the winding.
All right, let's start quarter number 2. Mike Wilkes on the floor for the Cavaliers. Mike Wilkes, whose minutes have gone up in dramatic fashion. 5-10 in his 4th NBA season out of Rice. Got a World Championship ring last year with the San Antonio Spurs. LeBron James, first jumper of the second quarter, too strong. So LeBron 3 of 12 from the floor here in his 13 minutes of action. Luke Jackson getting ready to check in. Daniel Marshall trying to take Channing Frye and get him off that spot on the floor where he liked so much after he connected on 3 straight jumpers. Now pick and fade for Daniel Marshall, and Marshall will ring up that 3.
Nice play that time by the Cavaliers. Helping one another out there. Just give a slight little brush screen. Daniel doesn't like to roll to the basket. Likes to fade out there along that 3-point line and knocks it down.
The 60th 3-point make of the year for Daniel Marshall. Eddie Curry is going to get that roll as little Nate Robinson went way upstairs with that lob to Curry, who finished.
And nobody was able to rotate over that time and picked up Curry wide open at the basket.
On this battle, diminutive battle, Mike Wilkes and Nate Robinson. Daniel Marshall trying to feel it again, hoisting another 3. Now this is Channing Frye with all that length at 6'11", and the jump hook is perfect. That's 8 for Channing Frye.
Have no answer for Channing Frye out here right now. Every time he catches the ball, he's looking to be aggressive with it. And That time you see some good footwork and a nice little college jump hook. Threw it over Danielle.
LeBron James off the bounce. Isn't that spectacular basketball? That's some hot hooping from LeBron James, bouncing his way and then using the glass.
Yeah, hippity hopping and skipping and sliding. Oh, wait a second. I thought we would have a turnover, but LeBron James misses a couple shots from the outside. Says, okay, let me go inside, try to get some confidence. Watch that ball go to the net.
Well, LeBron James now checking the diminutive 5'8" Nate Robinson. Shot clock at 3. Eddie Curry off the whirl. Ilgauskas bothered that. There's Eric Snow with Mike Wilkes, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Danielle Marshall, and LeBron James as the Cavaliers come to the offensive end. Z off the fadeaway. Eddie Curry challenged it, bothered the Ilgauskas shot attempt.
He faded a little bit more than I think he really wanted to on that one. As we're going to get a whistle on Big Z down low, pushing Eddie in the back, his second foul. Z's going to use his good footwork and try to spin around and slower Eddie Curry.
Luke Jackson, one of the crowd favorites, checking in to replace LeBron James. And looking ahead to the end of this month of January, Cavalier fans, Indiana Pacers, Phoenix Suns come to the queue. There are only 2 games left in this month. Cavaliers spend the most of it on the road. Get your tickets now. Call that number you see on your screen. Operators are standing by for you to check out Cavaliers basketball. Off hesitation. That's Jamal Crawford. Well, he's got a lot of quicks getting to the rim, doesn't he, Scott?
Yes, he does. And he went right after Luke Jackson that time. Said, look, hey, you've been sitting over there for the first quarter. Maybe I can go out and catch it while you're a little bit tight. Use that screen real well, took it right to the basket.
Knicks back to within 2, but Luke Jackson's going to come up on the side of the rim with his first jumper. As he checked in, Stephon Marbury is back. Marbury didn't drop that jumper. Zydrunas Ilgauskas is going to get whistled with his 3rd personal foul, and that's going to have to get action from Mike Brown. So Z with 2 quick fouls after he's checked in this quarter.
This is what the Knicks do, best in the league. Go into that offensive glass. Here, Channing Frye this time has an opportunity to put one in, and he's trying to get the ball, but caught too much of Frye's arm, and that's going to send the big fella to the bench probably for the remainder of this half.
Now let's see how Mike Brown plays this. Mark it down. 9:13 left in the second quarter. Zydrunas Ilgauskas, as Scott Williams implies, probably will not return now until the second half begins. Pick and roll for Channing Frye. That deep jumper wouldn't fall. Let's see where the Cavaliers go for some scoring promise here. Mike Wilkes went reversing to the rim. Gooden had his pocket picked by Whip It Quick Nate Robinson. This is Stephon Marbury. That's a walk on Jamal Crawford. And with that, we're going to get a timeout. So up and down we go at the queue. If you like your basketball of the 94-foot variety, you may have come to the right place tonight. Cavaliers leading the Knicks by a couple. Went to successful surgery on his that long finger on his right hand that was fractured. Well, the Cavaliers miss those numbers and their best individual perimeter defender, as well as someone who can create his own shots. So you put all that together, and that's what Mike Brown was telling us before the game tonight. Gooden going glass, but didn't drop, but he's going to the free throw line on the Knicks foul on Channing Frye.
Yeah, Drew's been real aggressive tonight, that's for sure. Obviously we talked about his rebounding, but also looking to get to the basket as often as he can for easy put-ins. The Cavaliers now maybe get a little bit more direction with LeBron James in there. They didn't have no points in the 2 minutes that LeBron was set.
After Zydrunas Ilgauskas picked up his 3rd personal foul, he's done for the duration of this quarter. Don't want him to get number 4. And LeBron James was getting his respite with the Cavalier offense. Just came to a standstill. Well, Knicks by 1. Marbury will come off the Frye pick. Quentin Richardson is back on the floor. Crawford off the step. Gooden had the basketball in his hands and wasn't able to contain it. As it'll be the Knicks basketball. Damon Jones back on the floor now to replace Mike Wilkes. Drew Gooden already with 9 rebounds in the opening quarter. He had 17 boards, a season high, against Milwaukee on Saturday night. 6 of the 9 good boards on the offensive end. Marbury backing down Snow. Gave it up to a diving Maurice Taylor, who got clipped by Alan Henderson. Henderson, the 6'9" veteran out of Indiana, on the floor. Let's take a look at tonight's Jared Shining Star, brought to you by Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry. You like your 18-year-old straight out of high school in the NBA? No contest. No one has done it better than LeBron James through 190 career games. Only interesting thing is Kevin Garnett with a couple more double-doubles. In his second season, KG really, 19-year-old, second year, that's when he really started to become a true force.
You're right, Michael, but you're right. But LeBron, obviously, king of that club right there for the 18-year-olds. He scores 30 points or more 61 times. That's truly amazing.
Yeah, in 190 games. And yeah, that's through 190. LeBron 190th career game Saturday night against Milwaukee. So this is 191. And documented what kind of incredible run he's on. Damon Jones will step in the paint. Gooden off the spin. And Drew was trying to operate toward the bucket and got held by Mo Taylor.
That's a good play here by Drew Gooden. Doesn't settle for this outside jump shot. I talked about trying to get to that rim as close as possibly can. That time just used the younger, inexperienced Channing Frye. Got him going on that baseline, spun back to the middle. Frye couldn't do anything with him. So Drew's being aggressive tonight, and that's good to see because with Larry Hughes out of this contest for, well, not only tonight, but for the next 8 weeks, you're going to have guys stepping up and being a little bit more aggressive, and you're seeing that from Drew tonight.
Gooden will drop a couple of throws, and Drew has 8. He's 4 of 6 from the line. And Cavaliers have evened it up at 31 apiece. This is Channing Frye now. Double down by Gooden and Henderson. Shot clock at 6. Gooden with an overplay and a steal. Drew will run the floor with Eric Snow and float that home. Drew Gooden, both ends of the floor for the line and goal.
He's playing like an all-star right now. They went down there, almost picked Stephon Marbury's pocket, but you like the defense on one and getting out, filling the lane, and getting easy putback for the Cavaliers. There's the Trump start scoring in the offensive set. See if they can get a transition.
Marbury on that hippity hop and a big step to the bucket for Stephon Marbury.
Well, he wasn't in full-out speed flying down the lane that time, but you said he was doing about 5 in the 55, hipping and hopping and picking his lane.
Tremendous offensive players just need a little seam. Gooden roll to the hoop. LeBron James found him. Sweet execution from the Cavaliers. LeBron on the helper to Drew Gooden.
Yeah, he's going after the young kid Frye right now. Defensively getting a little bit lost in pick and roll situations. Drew Gooden just doing a great job on the offensive end as well as the defensive end. As Cavaliers seem to be a little bit more in rhythm now here. Look at this last basket here. LeBron kind of gets up in the air, finds Drew going down to the basket. Cavaliers back on top, 35-33. Drew didn't have tried to come over. There's a guy Frye knocking it in again.
LeBron James off that baseline fade to drain the jumper. LeBron's got 14.
Michael, I'm not sure if there's anybody that shoots that fadeaway in this league any better than LeBron James right now at this point.
Well, Marbury turned the corner on Eric Snow, and you see the Knicks MO, whether it's Crawford, Marbury, Nate Robinson. Scotty, they are trying to come off a pick up top and just get that corner turned and go right to the rim.
Yeah, Stephon Marbury with his head down, grabbing that basketball like a fullback coming through the line, and can't help but slap him. You can't get to the ball. You get all of his arm or his wrist, and that's why the Knicks go to the line. They're first in the league in free throws attempted at 32.4 a ball game. As the guys just drive to the basket and create problems for the defense.
Well, that's Larry Brown's offensive mantra. He loves the ball swung side to side. The Detroit Pistons for the last 2 years with Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, they did that, I think, better than any team in the game.
I would definitely agree with you. It puts so much pressure on the defense to keep a constant pressure on who's got the ball and defensive assignments. LeBron trying to thread the needle. Got one kicked off of a New York Knicks player, but I guess blasted off of Drew Gooden. So the Knicks will inbound this basketball. But when you're moving that basketball and you're moving your body, it's tough for defenses to set up and play against you.
That turnover, the Cavaliers' 6th of the night. Make it number 5. Let's correct that. And the Knicks looking for the lead here. Quentin Richardson can't dial up the 3. Another offensive board for Antonio Davis. It's a 4th offensive rebound for the veteran 14-year man Antonio Davis. The rotation will find Quentin Richardson again. Richardson trying to swing that jump hook over LeBron James, but LeBron challenged it. Cavaliers to the offensive end. That's Damon Jones. A 3 wouldn't fall for Jones, who continues to not be able to find the mark from long range. Marbury. That tough jumper goes from Marbury. The rainbow that might have drew some precipitation on its way down, but he got it to fall.
I tell you, I think what the Cavalier guards who have 0 points in this ball game, Michael, need to start taking a page of what these New York Knicks guards are doing and start driving that ball to the basket. Create something for themselves or for the teammates.
And that shot clock's going to come to 6. LeBron James against Antonio Davis. Drew Gooden to hoist a 3. Don't think that's what Mike Brown has in mind. The Knicks by 2, and with the basketball, they come from 10 down. Crawford got the step baseline. Nobody stepped over to help, and Crawford got the easy hoop.
Yeah, you saw Drew Gooden get tangled up down there with, I think it was Antonio, and he was slipping on the floor and couldn't get up in time as Jamal Crawford took advantage of it and went right along that baseline and laid it in.
Cavaliers are shooting only 33%, so they're very chilly. And they've let a 10-point lead go away and the Knicks continue to break down the Cavaliers up top defensively.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're just simply saying, okay, you guys cannot stay with us one-on-one and keep us in front of you, so we're going to try to penetrate as often as we can and put pressure on your front line players then to have to try to come over and either block the shot or challenge the shot. You got Big Z on the bench with 3 fouls, so they're just looking to be real aggressive and going to that basket.
Now the number 1 draft selection, one of them for the New York Knicks, Channing Frye, the young man out of Arizona last year. He has been dazzling here in the opening half of basketball.
He certainly has, Michael. Knocking down jumpers, posting up, throwing in jump hook, putting the ball on the floor with a couple of dribbles and pulling up off the dribble foot. You know, Channing Frye's got it going. 12 big ones here in the first half.
6 in the first quarter, 6 here in quarter number 2. LeBron James looks like he may have tweaked an ankle. Now James to fire up a rainbow 3, and the Cavaliers just 1 of 9 from long distance tonight. And again, that's what we mentioned. Mike Brown does not want a repeat of the 29 threes taken with only 7 made. That helped seal the Cavaliers' fate in the loss to the Houston Rockets. This is Quentin Richardson. Richardson with a face-up 3. Offensive board, Jamal Crawford.
Good defense for the Cavaliers that time, but they couldn't come up with the board.
Marbury wheeling and dealing. LeBron James said, get that out of here, but Drew Gooden's going to get whistled for the Cavalier foul. So, but right now, all the momentum belongs to the visitors from Manhattan, the New York Knicks.
Yeah, that's just the Cavalier perimeter players are not able to stay in front of these smallest, quickest New York Knicks guards, and they're just penetrating down the lane. They're putting, like I said, side now that you don't have any big guys back there to block the shot.
Stephon Marbury has 10 of his 12 in the second quarter, and suddenly the Knicks are up by 6. And, you know, this last 3 minutes of the first half led to the Cavaliers' demise against Houston the other night. They were down by 5, and Scotty, by halftime, Houston was up by 17. The Cavaliers can't let it happen again. James with a step-back jumper that's pure.
Well, right on time, big shot. LeBron James that time said, hey, I can't let my team lose all the momentum going into the half. We got to continue to fight this one out. May not be pretty, but if we got to win ugly, we just got to win.
LeBron's got 16. David Jones kept Crawford in front of him there. Pick and fade for the veteran Antonio Davis. And we've got a 3-second violation. Yes, it is. That's going to go on Maurice Taylor. So Danielle Marshall to check back in for the Cavaliers. That'll be to replace Drew Gooden. Gooden to sit with 12 points and 9 boards, 6 of them offensive. Drew Gooden has got his hard hat on tonight. Cavaliers now can cut this down to 2, maybe to 1. James against now Quentin Richardson. LeBron with power and got bumped on his way to the hoop. And that's going to be the Knicks foul. That's
the basket. Even with the sagging Quentin Richardson, he still took it to the hole. He does it again off the inbounds play that time. I'll go to you. You give it back to me. Everybody get out of my way. And let me slam one down.
Brought that down with a whole bunch of power, did LeBron James off the inbound. LeBron's got 18. Cavaliers back to within a deuce at 43-41. We're approaching the minute mark left in the opening half. That's Stephon Marbury with the jumper that goes. He came off a Maurice Taylor pick and went to work.
You say a pick? That was like a wall that time that Eric Snow ran into. Maurice Taylor got a solid pick. Marbury was able to free himself and knock down a clean look.
Eric Snow on the slash, and that's going to be an offensive foul as Maurice Taylor who just set the pick on Eric Snow, now taking the charge. And Larry Brown is going to take a 20-second timeout as you have another look at LeBron James rising high here at the cue. But
always wanted to do that, Mike.
Only in your dreams.
Throw one down with that sort of force and thunder. From that height, oh, man.
Yeah, it's James and Drew Gooden have combined for 30 of the Cavaliers' 41 points, but Stephon Marbury with 12 of the last 14 New York Knicks points, and he's done that in a little bit over 5 minutes of playing time. So Marbury, who is, you know, in essence, now a combination guard, not a true point guard in the mind of a former North Carolina point guard, Larry Brown. So, you know, Steph plays some two along with the lead guard spot for the Knicks. Now Mike Wilkes back on the floor for the Cavaliers. Richardson went glass. James and Henderson trying to seal off the Knicks on the offensive end.
Well, I hope those Cavaliers are talking, because they're big players out there. Antonio Davis and Mo Taylor set some monstrous picks for Stephon Marbury and Jamal Crawford along the perimeter.
Now LeBron James looking for the Henderson pick. Taylor switches out. Shot clock at 6. James will kick it. That's Mike Wilkes for 3. Got it. Mike Wilkes, sweet stroking that triple.
Nice play that time for LeBron James. I don't know if they set that one up, but he saw Wilkes was going to be in that corner the whole time, and he fired a strike over there to his young perimeter player, who finally gets the Cavalier guards on the scoreboard.
Cavaliers back to within 1. As Wilkes measuring his first 3 of the year for the Cavaliers. Now the Knicks, with that shot clock off, can use it all. In the hands of Jamal Crawford. Crawford blew right by Damon Jones, but didn't finish it. 5 seconds left. LeBron James gave it up. That's Donyell Marshall. Triple didn't fall to end that first half of basketball. It would have given the Cavaliers the lead, so a lot of excitement to end the first 24 minutes. Knicks outscored the Cavaliers 25-19 in quarter number 2. Got a good one going on as we come to the break with the Knicks on top by 1. Coming up on the Kia halftime report. First half will be analyzed from stem to stern for you. Look at all the numbers and the highlights too. Don't go anywhere. All that coming up in the Kia halftime report. And the Cavaliers keep the
only 3 points from the guards already. Not a good sign right now when you're getting ready to go on the road for a road trip like they have to go on.
And the 3 points, a three-pointer for Mike Wilkes late in the second quarter. Time now for our Advanced Auto Parts halftime statistics and bench points. The Knicks, and we talked about this when we were just sitting up here, Larry Brown, the rotation was kind of hectic, especially in the first quarter. Bench points, New York, 26-8 over the Cavs.
Well, I would like all of our fans to understand one thing. With these last 3 numbers, I don't see how the Cavaliers can win this game. When you are in the backcourt only 25-3 and the bench points 26-8, sooner or later, unless you're playing stellar defense, you're not going to win the ball game. Cavaliers have to come up and wake up on both ends of the floor in the second half.
Well, another key to victory for the Cavaliers is to see all the starters getting some numbers, especially when it comes to making buckets. LeBron James with 18, Drew Gooden with 12, but Z with 6, most of that play in the first quarter. Donyell Marshall with 5, Mike Wilkes, the 3, the lone bucket from the guard. Stephon Marbury with 14.
You're right, and again, you know, LeBron and Drew are still pretty solid right there, but the Cavaliers have to keep Z in the ball game second half, and they have to find a way to get some scoring from the guards. The greatest shooter in the world is going to have to prove it tonight.
Damon Jones is going to have to step things up. LeBron James was able to get things done in the first half. He is going for another 30-point night. It'd be his 7th straight. If he can do it, he's got 18 so far. More after this.
First half, Drew Gooden was just electrifying out there. And then LeBron James off that high pick and roll. Nobody goes to the hoop better than LeBron James. Cavaliers just kept it going again. This time, LeBron finding Drew Gooden kind of using his head down there for the slam dunk. And then what is this kid, Channing Frye? Oh my Lord, out of Arizona, just went nuts in the first half at 12 and 4. And then LeBron James again, too big, too strong, even with big Jerome James laying on him that time, laid it in. And Stephon Marbury and all the Knicks guards just driving to the basket. Here you see Jamal Crawford taking one to the 10, and then there's our guy Frye again following one up. So New York Knicks fighting tonight. Cavaliers are in a dog fight and 45-4. I like the way Drew Gooden has come out and been aggressive. He said he missing Larry Hughes. I'm going to go out here and show these guys what I can do. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. Give me 9 boards. I'm going to throw T-shirts to the crowd, and I'm going to go make some popcorn at halftime. Make sure everybody's fed. He's good, doing a fantastic job that first half for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Lake Business Service, Lake Business Products, featuring Drew Gooden. Let's feature third quarter basketball here on FSN. Cavaliers will have it at the offensive end first. Same 10 look to be as they started tonight. Zydrunas Ilgauskas just walked as he got shut off by Eddie Curry. So Z, who missed the last 9 minutes and 13 seconds of the first half, and the Cavaliers were outscored 19-16 by the Knicks, while Mike Brown had to put Z down with 3 personal fouls. Couldn't afford risky him getting number 4. Nate Robinson on the blow-by baseline, but it wouldn't drop for him.
Blow-by's been the theme for the night because Damon Jones got lost real quickly on that one, but back to the other way. DJ trying to fire one up, didn't come up with one.
That was inside the arc, and Damon Jones 0 for 3 as Damon's struggles continue, trying to regain that shooting stroke that had him shooting 44%. Little Nate Robinson again sifting his way through traffic and use the glass. Robinson's first field goal make of the night, but the Knicks are up by 3.
Yeah, tough going right now for these perimeter players for the Cavaliers. They're getting some solid screens. The New York Knicks players are playing some solid screens out there, and they're really taking advantage of it.
David Lee, who picked up 2 quick fouls, checking LeBron James. LeBron's going to fade away on Lee and go glass to knock that down. He's got 20.
I'm not sure if everybody understands the degree of difficulty on that shot right there. That is a tremendous fadeaway shot off glass, off the wrong foot. So LeBron James really starting to heat up here with 20 points.
Pick and roll for Eddie Curry. That's too strong off the window. Cavaliers looking to regain the lead. LeBron James in full flight and one, overpowering Nate Robinson. Absolutely darting up that right edge of the floor to take it strong to the rack.
This is LeBron James just getting out, filling the lane, getting down court. And if Jerome James and Eddie Curry can't lay enough body on him to stop him from scoring a field goal, I don't know what Nate Robinson thought he was going to do by going in there and fouling him.
LeBron already with 5 quick ones in the first minute and 38 of the third quarter. Cavaliers by a deuce. LeBron's got 23, and he looks well on his way to a 7th straight game of 30 points or better, putting him in the Oscar Robertson category. Oh, and that hurts. That's going to be personal foul number 4 on Zydrunas Ilgauskas, and Mike Brown's got a big decision to make, Scott Williams.
Oh, and there's no decision to make. You got to get him out of here. You can guarantee Larry Brown told Eddie Curry, first opportunity we get, we're going to try to post up the big fellow Ilgauskas and draw that 4th personal foul and get him back to the bench early in this third quarter, because we had our most success in the first half when Z was on the bench. Yeah, basically the score was tied at half, but the momentum went all New York Knicks' way in that first half.
Oh, just got done saying after he got his 3rd, he had to sit the final 9 minutes, 13 seconds of the second quarter. All right, big fellas, he's got 4. He's going to have to sit the whole 10:09 here in the 3rd, going into the 4th.
That's a judgment call. That's going to be kind of a score situation, I would think, Michael. It will.
All right, so Eddie Curry at the free throw line, splitting the pair, and now that foul is going to be on Stephon Marshall. Call for Donyell Marshall. Backdoor for Eric Snow. Snow making that backdoor cut.
The score inside is Nate Robinson is continuing to blow by the slower perimeter player of the Cavaliers.
Nate Robinson with that lightning quick first step. Quickly got to the bucket. Cavaliers by 1. LeBron James using the Gooden pick. Going way up top for Gooden, who'll come out of the attic to throw that down off the LeBron fine.
Yeah, I didn't think Drew was going to get to that one. I said, oh, LB, you had him and you threw a bad pass, but Drew went up there and just, like you said, dropped it down from high in the sky and slammed that one home.
assist number 4 for LeBron James tonight. David Lee making that flash cut in the paint. David Lee. How did that go, Scott Williams, as he readjusted with his right hand off glass?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the young fellow's probably smiling inside there because that was one of those things that you say, oh no, what have I done now? I better try to throw this thing off the rim. And it just found the bucket.
LeBron James off the Marshall pick. Danielle looking at that 3, and he was standing on the sideline. LeBron James upstairs to a flying Drew Gooden.
Oh, yes, indeed. Maybe the pass was a little better than I thought, but it was definitely high. Drew had to rise up quite a way to get that one.
The Knicks looking to regain the lead now on this trip to the offensive end. Stephon Marbury, Nate Robinson in the backcourt, the rookie David Lee, along with veteran Antonio Davis and Eddie Curry in the middle. Marbury wheeling, dealing on LeBron James, and that teardrop jumper is pure for the Knicks lead.
Stephon Marbury is impressing me here as his play tonight. He's not only been aggressive in taking the ball to the basket, he's danced around that perimeter and knocked some J's down as well.
The Knicks back on top by 1. Marshall again from deep. It's going to come up on the side of the rim. And Cavalier three-point marksmanship has just
had to rise up quite a way to get that one.
The Knicks looking to regain the lead now on this trip to the offensive end. Stephon Marbury, Nate Robinson in the backcourt, the rookie David Lee, along with veteran Antonio Davis and Eddie Curry in the middle. Marbury wheeling, dealing on LeBron James, and that teardrop jumper is pure for the Knicks lead.
Stephon Marbury is impressing me here as his play tonight. He's not only been aggressive in taking the ball to the basket, he's danced around that perimeter and knocked some J's down as well.
The Knicks back on top by 1. Marshall again from deep. It's going to come up on the side of the rim. And Cavalier three-point marksmanship has just basically gone away on this homestand. And that's a walk on Antonio Davis. The Cavaliers, Scotty, who were up around 36% as a team, have just not been able to find the range from deep here in the last 3, even though they've won 2 of them.
Now, Danielle Marshall and some of the other Cavaliers' normal sharpshooters from the outside are going to have to find a way to get the ball into the basket by taking it to the hole and getting a little bit closer to the hoop.
Damon Jones has got another look. Damon Jones to drop that triple.
Okay, Williams, what do you know? He said, hey, I'm a shooter. I'm going to shoot this thing whenever I catch it and I feel like I'm open. And lo and behold, he knocked that one down. Hopefully that'll get him going, but I still believe you got to take the ball inside and be a little bit more consistent.
Got a whistle off the ball, but Scotty, I was just going to bring the point up. In talking to Damon Jones after the game Saturday, he said, I'm never going to let my confidence waver. I'm not going to start passing up shots because when I start doing that, then I'm not helping my basketball team. And, you know, that's the guy. You can miss 20 in a row. Shooter always thinks the next one's going to drop.
You're absolutely right about that, Michael, but there's nothing wrong with going inside and finding yourself a shot inside as well.
Oh, sure. And that's one thing that Damon Jones is.
And look at that.
Fine.
He makes a shot, the defense improves.
Aaron Stowe went way up top to LeBron James, who just dropped down from the attic. He had his hand extended up on the square, but was being shielded off full extension there from what, David Lee? Or was it Marbury?
It was Marbury that got underneath LeBron a little bit. LeBron not quite sure where he was, didn't want to take a chance of coming down from about, well, it seemed about 20 feet as high as he got in the air. I know it was closer to 10, but you don't want to see your star player get undercut when he's full speed, jumping as high as he can.
Take a look at LeBron, and there it is this season with the 30 points plus 6.5 boards, almost 6 assists. The last guy to do that was Michael Jordan, as LeBron splits the pair. So in other words, where LeBron is averaging right now, the last player in this league to post numbers better than that across the board, Michael Jordan, It wasn't a championship year for the Bulls. It was 89-90. The bad boys, the Detroit Pistons, knocked the Bulls out and won the title that year. David Lee baseline. The rainbow jumper goes. That's the exact same play, Marbury finding Lee, that won it at Madison Square Garden for the Knicks over Seattle on Sunday.
You're absolutely right about that. But how about those numbers about LeBron James? Those are so good. Let's talk about them some more. Danielle tried to go inside for a slam. LeBron James at 21 years old is only improving each and every time out.
Offensive foul, wave it away. Eddie Curry tried to clear a path for Antonio Davis. Did, and got hit with the offensive foul.
His third personal foul. No team foul.
Eddie Curry picks up number 3. He and David Lee have 3 for the Knicks. Of course, Arturas Ilgauskas, foul-plagued all night, has been limited to 13 minutes because of the foul problems. Cavaliers by 1 and with the basketball. James off the Gooden pick. Danielle Marshall. Shot clock at 6. LeBron James sizing up rookie David Lee. Now on Davis. Marshall, deep triple. Got it.
That's just good basketball that time. A little patience. Got the mismatches that they wanted. LeBron puts just enough penetration that David Lee had to rotate off of Danielle and gave him that space to fire the 3.
Last 2 triples have gone down for the Cavaliers. Damon Jones out of that right corner and the face-up tray from Danielle Marshall. Shot clock at 5. Marbury from the suburbs. Missed it badly wide left. LeBron James wants to push on David Lee. Damon Jones will step into the tray. He's halfway in the hole and rattled out on him. And Larry Brown's going to take a Knicks timeout. All right, Damon Jones and Danielle Marshall, each of them raining down a 3. This Marshall from straight up to give the Cavaliers the 4-point advantage. The ball defender on the perimeter, so Mike Brown knows it's a loss. Got to find other ways, Scott.
Yeah, good point. Harper, he was a tremendous player, and Larry Hughes is going to be sorely missed. These Cavaliers definitely got to step up, and we're going to get a foul here on, illegal screen out on the Knicks, so the Cavaliers are going to get it right back
out of
here.
bounds, they said it. Hey, those are the new product shoes, Li Ning. They're Chinese manufactured, being worn by Damon Jones. They had a very elaborate press conference here. Damon's got his number on it, and the insignia, that kind of signifies the 3-point arc, and Damon has become the first NBA player to wear the Li Ning product as LeBron James will show off that just very sweet stroke of his by connecting on another perimeter jumper. LeBron has got 25. Make it 26 for James.
That's a simple basketball, taking advantage of what the defense gave you. Everyone sagged off that time. LeBron James just fired it up.
It's going to be an illegal 3-second defensive violation on the Cavaliers. I think Damon Jones got caught, but again, those shoes Damon Jones are wearing, they had a beautiful press conference done, bilingual in both Chinese and English yesterday here at the Ritz-Carlton in downtown Cleveland. The shoes have gone on the market. They went on the market concurrently with the press conference in China. They aren't being marketed yet in the United States, but so Damon Jones, a trendsetter, so to speak, and Cleveland-based agent Mark Termini, who does an outstanding job. His NBA players, a big part of that. That's an offensive foul. Wave away the bucket as Channing Frye decked Drew Gooden, who took the hit.
We talk about Drew Gooden making popcorn at halftime, and jokingly that he's doing everything for this team and this organization. Right now, Drew Gooden giving one up for his body, giving one up with his body there, taking the hit, getting the ball back for the wine and gold.
Cavaliers by 5. Cavaliers have taken 3 charges tonight. LeBron James playing 2-man with Drew Gooden. James to raise and rip that jumper. The cords are burning here inside the queue as LeBron James is putting on another sparkling show.
He's got smoke coming out of his ears. He's definitely heating up. That stroke is looking real good right now.
Cavaliers by 7. Eric Snow is going to get whistled for jostling Stephon Marbury. That's the Cavaliers' second team foul here with 4:12 left in quarter number 3. So the Cavaliers, Scotty, led it by 10 early, and the Knicks got back in it and went up by 6. And now the Cavaliers have certainly not a real comfort level, but regained some edge. Jamal Crawford misfires on that.
Hey, Michael, how about this? If that rebound, that's LeBron's fourth, right? So he needs 2 more rebounds. Am I correct? Saying he needs 2 more rebounds, 3 more rebounds, and 2 more points to do something that hasn't been done in this league in nearly 40 years.
That's exactly right. James again to step back and stick it. He is absolutely scalding here at the Q. He's gone for 30 now in 7 consecutive outings, 30 or better. Only Oscar Robertson's done that in the last 40 years. That's Channing Frye. That jump hook didn't go down. Eric Snow coming away with the basketball.
Cavaliers look at the push.
James way up top to Gooden, couldn't convert. Marshall got it back. It'll throw that down as the Cavaliers, with a spurt, have gone up 11 as they hear about it from the fan base inside the Q.
Fantastic job by the Cavaliers, getting out and run a little 15-3 spurt. LeBron James just been fantastic, shooting the ball along the right side. You can see he gets that little twinkle in his eye. Fade away jump shot, taking the ball to the hole and one. It's the LeBron James show, ladies and gentlemen. Come right back with us. 3 points.
Crawford tried to turn the corner and is going to get held by Daniel Marshall. So Jamal Crawford now picking up the foul, and that is what on the Cavaliers team-wise. Cavaliers are over the limit. So the New York Knicks, Cavaliers had them down 11 with about, 3.5 minutes to go in the quarter, and they've got a chance to get it right back to 4 entering the 4th quarter.
Trying to steal the momentum back a little bit here. Just look at these little mini runs. A run by the Cavaliers and a run right back by the Knicks.
Outscored the Cavaliers 9-4 to cut it back to this current 6-point spread as Nate Robinson checks in on the defensive end for Quentin Richardson. And Jamal Crawford on the free throw stripe. Cutting it back to 5. LeBron James with 32 in the night. Off the crossover and got held by Stephon Marbury, and Knicks had a foul to give. That's their 4th, so that was a good recognition by Stephon Marbury in taking the foul.
Yeah, I like to see Larry Brown down the other end alerting his teammates. Instructed the foul as the Cavaliers started to drive into the offensive area. So smart play by the coaching staff, and the New York Knicks went out there and make it real tough for the Cavaliers to score here with this final 6 seconds.
In the hands of LeBron James. James from very, very deep. Looked online as it drew back rim, and that'll end 3/4 of basketball. Can the Cavaliers not allow to happen tonight what happened last April 14th when they took a lead into the 4th quarter and wound up losing to the Knicks? LeBron James, 10 of his last 13 have found the mark after he went just 3 of 12 to start this one tonight. Cavaliers by 5. With Cavaliers basketball, great to have you part of it here on FSN Ohio. Our executive producer Tom Farmer, and of course our game producer Bob Fennell, directed by Doug Johnson, Michael Rega with Scott Williams, and you, all of our terrific crew, as Cavaliers are leaded by 5. That's Eddie Curry, and Curry went right to work inside that painted area with a jump hook. Cavaliers lead down to 3. Actually, the Cavaliers have kept Eddie Curry in check. That was Curry's 3rd field goal of the night. He's got 8, but it's been the backcourt. Marbury, Crawford off the bench that has hurt the Cavaliers at the Knicks offensive end.
It certainly has. The backcourt's been electrifying. And Curry's had some foul trouble too, Michael. It's kind of kept him kind of off balance offensively, I think. We have to watch him in this 4th quarter. He's a big, strong body, can score around that rim.
Shot clock at 5. Well, that's a tough jumper by LeBron. Ira Newell's got an offensive board. The Cavaliers are going to reset this. Zydrunas Ilgauskas ready to check back in after he has sat for the last 11 minutes. James off the curl, and LeBron is going to the free throw line as he got hit by Eddie Curry to shoot it twice. Let's take a look at our numbers through 3/4 of basketball, brought to you by Continental. Neither team shooting it well tonight. Scotty, points off turnovers has been a key for the Cavaliers.
That certainly has. One of the keys to the game. Cup brought it up, just pushing the ball. We'd like to know that the Knicks turned the basketball over in most of the league, so it's been really helpful that the Cavaliers been able to get out in there and go with those things.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas, there's been 37 minutes of basketball played tonight. Zydrunas Ilgauskas has played 13 minutes due to foul trouble. Sat the final 9 minutes of the second quarter after picking up his third. Sat the final 10 minutes of the third after getting his fourth. The Cavaliers did outscore the Knicks by 1, while Zagunis missed the last 10 minutes of the quarter.
Thank you, Mr. James.
LeBron has got 33. You're right, Scotty. He had 14 of the Cavaliers' 28 points. Well, Eddie Curry off pick and roll just pounded that down as he rumbled to the rim.
Nice pass by Stephon Marbury. That time Zeke could ill afford to come over and challenge the thunder that was coming from Eddie Curry and had to let him go.
Cavaliers on top by just a deuce. Mike Wilkes with Ira Newble, Daniel Marshall, LeBron James into Zydrunas Ilgauskas. LeBron with a kick and deep. Daniel Marshall strong on the triple try. Zydrunas with a pretty putback. Got 8.
That's what Z does best. Usually is right around the basket, doesn't bring it down, keeps the ball nice and high, kicks it in with that big mid of his.
Quentin Richardson just missed everything on that triple try. Air conditioning must have kicked up here. Mike Wilkes has just been hit for carrying the basketball. So now that's Jamal Crawford got whistled for that in the first half, and now Wilkes.
That's what all you young big men got to do. Get yourself to the front of that rim, wait for that ball to come off, keep it high, and flip it right in there.
Cavaliers by 4. Hang on. Something tells me the last 10 minutes of this one are going to be contested rather tightly. Channing Frye is going to the free throw line on the Ira Newble Cavalier foul. Remind all of you, the new Navy uniforms are now on sale in the Cavaliers team shop of the Q, where you can shop online at Cavs.com. Get the good-looking Navy unis that the Cavaliers have worn a couple of times here this season. Channing Frye has been in double figures in his last 6 Knicks outings in a row. And you know, I looked at the rookie scoring in this organization. And Stephon Marbury is going to get a blow here as Frye hits a couple. Scott, you got to go back to Mark Jackson way back in the late 80s to find the last year a rookie for the Knicks. Had over 20 points, you know, this many times. Of course, Patrick Ewing had done it before Jackson. Ilgauskas came up short. The New York Knicks can tie it up, maybe take the lead on this trip. Jamal Crawford got rejected by Z. That'll stay with the Knicks after Newble slapped it out of bounds. So, well, I tell you, that Cavalier lead that was 11 just a few minutes ago went away rather quickly, didn't it?
It went away real quickly because this New York Knicks team's gotten down and around a little bit. Kicked points in transition, and heavy dose of Jamal Crawford there in that third.
Jamal Crawford got swatted by Ira Newble. That's a major league throwdown by Newble on the rejection of Crawford.
Yeah, I think Ira must have heard me talking up Jamal Crawford and said, well, he might have got us in the third, Williams, but he's not getting me in the fourth. Sends that one back into the crowd.
Newble with the assignment on Crawford, trying to fight through those picks. Crawford fading away with a tough jumper that's right there to tie it up.
That's sandlot basketball right there. Michael said, okay, Newble, come back over here again. I'm going to get the ball. Let's see if you can do that to me twice.
Here's the thing. With this Knick ball club, can the Cavaliers, are they going to be able to match the Knicks' offensive output here? Knicks got some scorers on the floor now. Make no mistake about that. Shot clock at 6. LeBron James gave it up. Marshall from very deep. Bang! Big tray that goes for Daniel Marshall.
Big time shot by Daniel Marshall. He loves the corner baseline jumper there and knocked down that 3 after LeBron James assist.
Marshall's got 15. The Cavaliers 5 of 20 from home run land. Curry with a jump hook, going to get the roll to even it up, or rather to bring the Knicks back to within 1.
Wow, you're seeing those big guys really use their skills down there on that block that time. Spinning move, good footwork, extension with the right hand. Nothing Dick Z could do about that one.
Cavaliers trying to find Zydrunas Ilgauskas underneath the rim. Z trying to work Eddie Curry over. Travel on Zydrunas.
Z tried to go back inside on him, but he couldn't get to him. Travel to feet.
All right, we've got a timeout inside the 9-minute mark. Daniel Marshall has connected on 3 home run hits for the Cavaliers tonight. He's got 15.